Well, welcome to the Drury University Hockey Coaches Show here at Holdfast Brewing. My name is Kevin Kline. I do the voice announcing for Drury University D1 and D3. With me, as always, in segment number one at this is head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook. Guys, we are now 14-0 after this past weekend. We took 2 from Illinois State, and it's kind of interesting what we did with Illinois State, okay? And I want to get the expert opinions on this. We win 5-2, we win 5-1, and we win 9-0. Against that team, is that enough?
Well, definitely Friday night was not a good night for us. We didn't play very well at all. So the score was kind of indicative of that. But Saturday, obviously, we put up enough. 9-0, can't really complain with that. Thought we played much better. And then we started scoring, which has kind of always been our Achilles heel this year. So we get a lot of opportunities that we don't bury, and Saturday we finally started burying the chances.
I think Friday's game, and the players would probably agree, it was probably ranking up there with one of our worst of the year. Just undisciplined, not necessarily with penalties, although there was a little bit of that. It was just undisciplined play all over the ice.
So when you say undisciplined play, because when I hear undisciplined, I hear penalties, and we had a fair amount of them all weekend. Yeah. We'll get into that. But when you say undisciplined play, what should we be looking at?
I think that's just like bad habits, not sticking to our systems, trying to do too much, being lazy, all those little things that you can get away with against a team that isn't quite the caliber that where we're at. But it's bad habits, and as a coach, you don't like to see that.
And that's not who we are. This is a team that's been well disciplined all year. It was just one of those odd nights where, whatever was going through their heads wasn't quite there. But again, we have the talent to make up for it. But obviously, it's something we got to get right before the next game.
So 2 questions to piggyback off of this. Number one, you guys have said numerous times in coaches' shows and in private conversation that games like that breed bad habits. Yeah. Everybody wants to pad their stats. Everybody wants to get in the scorers column. Why do players even know this? So what happens mentally that they can't get past that?
It's a little bit of the style of play too. When you're able to hold on to the puck for that extra second, or you're able to go around a defenseman instead of dump the puck deep. It's tough. It's challenging to have good habits against teams like that. And not saying Illinois State's, not worthy of us playing our best, but we definitely had the leg up on them. They're a young team. I think they have 14 freshmen this year, and it was easy for us to get away with bad habits. And when you're playing top teams like we have in the past, you have to play. You can't play that way, or
what you have coming up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we'll talk in the third segment here.
The bad habits will hurt us for sure.
So we didn't play our best, yet we still walk away with a 5-1 win, and we outshoot them almost 2-1. What's that say about us? Do we think we can rely on that?
Well, it's a slippery slope. Yeah, because we, in their heads, they say yes, we can have a bad game, we're still going to win, and that's we've talked about it many times. And again, thankfully with this team, it's not something we really worry about all that often, because the guys they show up every night to play. That night was a bit of an anomaly, but at the same time, we still got a 4-goal win. But again, as Saturday night proved, 4-goal win against that team, and that's nothing against, we're good friends with their coach.
Absolutely.
He's a great guy. That's a team we need to get that goal differential on.
7 goals is the goal differential that we always aim for.
So it was not the best night, but again, we moved on from there. The guys learned, as people might have noticed, and we can go ahead and say it, I was not there, and that story is kind of out there, so I'm not going to get into it now. But Jeremy and I talked quite a bit that night throughout the game, intermissions and post-game, and I know he had a good talk with the guys after the game and before Saturday's game to make sure their heads were right, and we were ready to go Saturday.
Well, I'm going to kind of be all over the place on this, because I do want to talk about Saturday right now, because one of the things that really impressed me on Saturday was that we had reached that 7-goal differential at the end of the second period. And I was watching with Trish, my wife, and I said, I'm really curious to see how the boys come out. Are they going to be patent, complacent? I got that 7-goal lead already, and we don't need to do. They came out and stuck one in the nets in the first 3 minutes, and then they did another one. So it was awesome.
It's the funny thing. We talk about this all the time, and we talk about it with the players too. When you get into those games where it becomes a free-for-all and guys are trying to pad stats, as you mentioned, what's always what, and we were like this as players. Let's not kid ourselves. It's we're preaching what not to do, that kind of thing. When we did it ourselves, we get it. We were 20-somethings. We were teenagers, whatever it was. What we forget as players is when you stick with the systems, play as a team, play like you always do, that's when the points come.
Absolutely.
It's not when you're trying to do it all on your own.
Yeah.
The stats are going to come, and Saturday night proved that. We stayed within the system. We played the disciplined style of game, and, you got, I think Beaupre, who's going to be on here in a little bit, ended up with 6 points that night.
Yeah.
So
he had a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, it was just, one of the many examples, was him and the amount of points he put up because he was within the system working with his line mates. Power play was considerably better Saturday than it was Friday. So
something I noticed about the power play, and I think I also even noticed it when we were even strength. Did you guys move forward and Mulgarcha to defense on the power play?
No, we didn't. But
it looked like it because where he was lining up.
So I think sometimes with our power play units, there's a lot of movement.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So guys will go from like the flank to the D spot. So I think there were times where they were trying to move Garch up and then send it down low to create some down low looks. So he wasn't really playing D, but at that unit we only had one defenseman on the ice. So he was playing high quite a bit.
Well, I thought that if that was a yes answer, we might want to keep him there because he had a multiple point weekend too.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Beaupre had 2 goals on Friday evening. Beaupre comes back on the Saturday game, has a hat trick. That to go along with 2 assists over the weekend. Garch had 2 goals on Saturday, 3 goals and 2 assists over the weekend. Jackson Truchon, 2 goals over the 2 goals on Saturday, 3 goals and 1 assist over the weekend. And then let's talk about Luke Aston. He gets a goal on Friday. Truchon gets a goal on Friday. And also, I want to talk about the play of Matthew Johnston. Unbelievable assist machine over the weekend.
Yeah. Well, he's been on a roll with that lately.
Really has.
And we've said that a lot. He's never, as I'm looking at a table of guys that can play pretty flashy styles, he's not the flashy guy. He never has been. He's our steady Eddie and just our consistent guy. Yet he's had some pretty brilliant assists lately, especially the last home weekend. Mm-hmm. He had some absolute beauties in that one. But that's just, you know what you're going to get from Matt every time he steps on the ice. He's just that consistent.
And that's a comforting thing, isn't it?
It's very comforting because he's as consistent a player as we have among a lot of consistent players. He's a terror on the forecheck. I would hate to be a visiting defenseman because he's going to win every battle no matter what. And you look at him and you go, how is that guy winning every battle? Because he doesn't look like he should because it looks like there's not – it sounds weird. It looks like there's not a lot of effort going into it, but there's a ton.
Yeah.
Because he's just so good at it.
He's super strong too.
Yeah,
very strong on his stick. He's been playing really well.
Well, another guy that's been playing very well, number 27, Tegan Newman, got his first goal as a Panther over the weekend.
Yeah.
He's pretty relentless on the forecheck too. I noticed that he goes deep into the corner.
Yeah, he's fast, really fast, and quick on the forecheck, and he had a lot of opportunities and finally potted one in on Saturday.
All right, so we talked about being undisciplined as a player. We talked about how undisciplined to me seems like we picked up a lot of penalties. Well, we did. There were 11 third-period penalties called on Friday night's game, 6 on them, 5 on us. Did they suck us into their style of play and we just kind of fell into the trap?
Yeah, they obviously were frustrated losing 9-0, and they started taking liberties, and we did get sucked in a little bit. So there's a fine line. Obviously, you have to stick up for your teammates, stick up for yourself, and you don't want to be pushed around.
But when the opposing team cross-checks your goalie in the throat, how do you not respond to that? You have to respond to that, right?
You have to protect your teammates and stand up for them. And so I think we did a good job to a certain extent of, taking care of that kind of stuff. And then I think, at some point we took it a little too far. So,
okay.
And I do want to say, as Jeremy's telling me after the game, refs started just throwing out 10s. As a former official, as a guy that got a lot of 10s as a player, I kind of respect how they handled it towards the end instead of just ejecting guys, potential suspensions.
DQs, that's bad.
There was one suspension for them, well earned, but in an attempt to kind of calm things down, instead of just sitting a guy for 2 minutes where he can stew and then come back out and do it again, he just said, you know what, game's almost over. You know, the lead's not changing anytime soon.
Right.
Let's just go take a shower, calm yourself down. Here's a 10-minute. Now, it builds in the statistics because we went from down in the 70s in the penalty minutes in the country out of 81 teams to now we're like 30.
Yeah.
So our numbers climbed considerably. But I can appreciate what they were trying to do instead of just handing out twos and just making it kind of a mess. Like 10-minute misconduct, get out of here, live to see another day.
Now, when the scores are what they were that late in the game, don't we run the risk of getting injured?
Oh, absolutely. We did have a couple guys get banged up
We
from
did.
slashes.
Brewer got banged up
yep.
on Friday night, and then St. Clair on Saturday.
Yeah, and then I think Luke Aston on Saturday as
Aston
well.
on Saturday, yeah.
So,
Bruce's streak came to an end.
Yep.
He was our
Hadn't
only
missed
guy.
a game in 4 years.
Yeah, his Drury streak and his overall streak came to an end.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know what? But it was, I understand, his decision, and that's a prudent decision because of what we have coming up.
Yeah. It was the right move. You know, he's a smart guy, as much as we give him a hard time.
All of our players are smart. I get to hang out with them, not in the capacity that you guys do on the ice, but I get to hang out with them in private setting. I've had some fantastic conversations with these boys. Yeah, they're really a class group of guys.
Group of guys, absolutely.
14-0. We're going to talk about some statistics here coming up shortly. 9-0 victory 40 on Saturday, 45-17 shots. Sweeter got his shutout. I mean, we're just firing on all cylinders, you know?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's been a good start, and we have a lot of good competition coming up, so we're excited.
Some of the best competition coming up, and we're going to talk all about that in segment number 3. Segment number 2, we've mentioned both of the boys that are going to be joining us. Forward, number 8, Daniel Beaupre, who now is the team leader in points, and then number 35, goaltender Brett Sweet. Coming up next in segment number 2, this is the Drury University Hockey Coaches Show, Hold Fast Brewing with Drury coaches. We are back for segment number 2. Hold Fast Brewing. This is the Drury University Hockey Coaches Show. I am the public address announcer for the Drury University Panthers, D3 and D1. My name is Kevin Kline. And with us in segment number 2, we always get to meet a couple of the boys from the D1 program. And this week, no different. And two of the big stars over the weekend up against Illinois State. Forward number 8, Daniel Beaupre. Goaltender number 35, Brett Sweet. Boys, congratulations on the 14-0 season so far.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here. 14-0. You had your first. Was your first shutout of the season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
You faced 17 shots. Any of those testers?
I mean, for the most part, not really. The
Yeah.
D played good. They didn't really give up any terrible scoring chances, so made it pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
You and I have talked about this numerous times before. When the action is 18 minutes out of 20 minutes on the other end of the ice, it's really difficult for a goaltender.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough to, stay warm for the most part. You're just kind of standing there, so you kind of want to do what you can to stay loose.
So then, Sweeter, I got to ask you about the guy sitting to your left there, Daniel Beaupre, who had a 6-point weekend.
Yeah, something like that.
I think 5 goals to a 7-point weekend, 5 goals, 2 assists. So when he's responsible for keeping the puck in the other end, are you like, go Daniel? You're like, you son of a gun.
I don't know. At some point, it gets a little annoying. After the 5th goal, I kind of want him to start giving the puck to the other team so I can get some action too.
Where did this weekend come from, Daniel Beaupre? You've been having a heck of a season, but I mean, gee whiz, 9 points in 3 games is stellar.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we had a new line there with Matty, Jay, and Garch, and that kind of maybe helped a little bit, just something new. And they're both such great players, so that probably helped me out as well.
Yeah, well, Garch is a very close friend of yours, and as a matter of fact, he gave me a little bit of insight and info into you. I was going to wait until the end, but no. Tell me about your stuffed animal collection.
Yeah, I heard there was a couple nuggets out there from some of the guys, but that's probably my girlfriend loves her stuffed animals. So
do you have a favorite?
I don't know. It's too many to pick from. There's too many to pick from. I mean, you might have to bring her on here, and she could probably tell you. But
Are they all strewn about the room, the apartment?
She has them in a pretty particular setup there. A couple on the bed, a couple on the shelves.
So this is the same young lady that I saw in pictures of you and her in Rome.
Yeah, we were in Rome together.
So last week we got to talk to Tegan Newman, and he had spent some time in Rome. How long ago were you there?
That was last summer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you go with him?
No, I mean, maybe we should have. Maybe I would have had a better time if Numi was there.
You could have split the cost, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What did you see over there?
We did Rome, Greece, Paris, and England as well. So
Wow,
we saw a lot while we were over there.
What was your favorite place?
Probably went to Santorini, and we kind of had a nice hotel there. We kind of put all our money towards
It's where the
hotel.
white homes are on the cliffs over there in Greece?
Yeah, overlooking the caldera there, so that was pretty awesome.
Outside of Between the Pipes, Sweeter, where's your favorite place you've ever been?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Branson, Missouri.
I was going to say, dude, if you don't say Silver Dollar City, because you lit up that night. You were like, I mean, you're smiling right now. It was at least that big, and you said, this is the greatest day of my life.
Yeah, that's the best place I've ever been. I'm going back on Saturday, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I had so much fun there.
What
I
made it
love
so
roller
great?
coasters. I love amusement parks, stuff like that.
So how many times did you go on the one that goes upside down?
A lot. I think I went on every roller coaster at least twice. So I had a blast.
I think a lot of people had a blast. A lot of the boys had a blast that night. I mean, even some of the guys that don't particularly like roller coasters actually went on them, Francis, and paid the price for it a little bit later on. But, no, man, that was a great team bonding experience. Let's talk a little bit about the past weekend. You guys win 5-1. You win 9-0. The coaches said Friday we didn't even play our best hockey. What do you guys feel?
Yeah, I think we definitely weren't too happy with the performance. I think there was just lots of little things that we didn't really do, and we could have done a lot better. And we know we need to keep building on those things if we want to play against those top teams and give them a good game. So we know we just need to keep building towards Chicago and then into the future.
How much does playing one weekend, having a weekend or two off, and then playing again, how much does that hurt getting into a groove?
Yeah, I find it kind of hard sometimes. It's nice when you have like 4 weekends in a row to get that off weekend and kind of get a bit of a rest, but I don't know, when you kind of want to be playing every weekend I think so, at least it kind of makes it easier. You get a bit of a routine, practice Tuesday to Thursday, then games.
How much can you simulate the intensity in practice? If a game's 100%, how much can you really reach in practice?
Yeah, I think you want to try to treat every practice like a game, but I mean, there's some times when you're not playing that weekend, and it's harder to motivate yourself compared to a Thursday practice the day before a game. So you gotta just try to do what you can to always be practicing like it's a game, but it's harder sometimes than others.
So Brett, you're from Calgary.
Yeah.
Big Flames fan.
Yeah.
North Vancouver. So Canucks fan.
No, I'm actually a Pittsburgh Penguins fan.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Just growing up watching Sidney Crosby
for
Team Canada and everything like that. He was kind of a guy I always looked up to, so just been following the Penguins ever since then.
Now, Daniel, I understand that you are one of the 2 players on the team that took the Blue Jays' defeat very, very hard.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
I wasn't. I didn't take it very well. I had my dad, my grandpa, and my brother all here, and we're all big Jays fans. We live in Toronto. Most of my family's from Toronto, so big Blue Jays fans. We always try and get to a game in the summer. And we were all watching the game together, and it was just a bit of a heartbreaking loss there, so we didn't take it too well.
It was a great series.
Yeah,
that was a great series. I mean, really tight games throughout the entire series. And who was I talking to? Can't remember one of the players I was talking to. It was Kachaslow, and he said, "I think we missed our only chance." No way, dude. Young team. You guys are you got Vladdy coming back. You've got Savage, who was a great find. If they can sign Bichette, you guys are a young team. You'll be back there.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll be back there, and maybe we can win it next time.
Definitely so. How is is there a culture shock anyway coming from North Vancouver, where you're kind of near the beach, to landlocked Springfield?
Yeah, I definitely miss seeing the ocean and the water there, and as well as the mountains. it's definitely a bit different, but you get used to it. But I definitely miss it a bit.
Well, we have water, Lake of the Ozarks. We have mountains. They're hills here, the Ozarks Hills. But, we try and make you as comfortable as possible, Daniel Beaupre. Sweeter, how's Ricky doing?
Oh, he's doing great. Yeah, he's better than ever.
Ricky is Brett's pet chameleon, whom Trish and I took care of over the summer, and we became quite fond of the little guy. We're always checking up on him, making sure that he's okay. What is it about goaltenders, and Daniel, maybe you can talk about this too, because I don't know if Brett's going to be able to, that makes them so weird? They're like pitchers. Pitchers are weird too. They got weird superstitions. I mean, you've got some superstitions, Sweeter, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I think as far as goalies go, I'm pretty unsuperstitious. I don't have, there's not too much. I like to have a routine, get to the rink.
I think your roommate stole all your superstitions.
Yeah, I think,
Levi, holy
you
smokes.
compare me to Brewer, makes me look super normal. He is a freak every game day. He's got way too much going on. But, I like to get to the rink, at the same time every game. But as far as superstitions go, I'm pretty laid back. But, I think when you're a goalie, you're all by yourself for so much time that you go a bit crazy, and I think that's why so many of us are a little different.
A little different. He says a little different. Daniel, you guys have Arizona State coming up. You have number 6 Jamestown coming up the following night, and then number 1 Ohio. This is all part of the Chicago Classic. What excites you about this?
I mean, just seeing where we stack up against those top teams. I know we all have the belief that when we play our game, we can play with anyone, and I think it's exciting to see to go to Chicago and see how we do and kind of give us it'll let us know where we're at and where we need to get to.
Well, I'm feeling a lot better about our chances in all 3 games because where we're playing near Chicago is not far from Bloomington, where you guys played, and you had a massive offensive output. We had a shutout and a 1 goal given up in the other game. I mean, I think the air up there is right for Drury Panther hockey.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can keep it going in Chicago. That'd be awesome.
I think we will keep it going in Chicago and throughout the rest of the year. What are you guys looking more forward to? And the coaches won't hear this coming weekend or next weekend or Missouri State.
I mean,
that's going to be a great weekend.
Excited for both in different ways, but I think everyone's most looking forward to Missouri State.
Yeah, well, because it's a home game. Everybody will be able to see us play and all that kind of stuff. But, it's going to be phenomenal. And, Daniel, when are we going to be able to get a day in the life of Daniel Beaupre? Sweeter did a day in the life of Brett Sweet.
He was supposed to the other day, and he messed it up.
Yeah, me and Jackson Trushan were actually supposed to have a day in the life, and he was on camera doing it, and he kind of screwed it up there. And it was a pretty good one. We had a good start. I almost burned the hotel room down, so it was an eventful day in the life, but the footage is gone forever.
You'll have to recreate it.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing another one in Chicago, so.
Can't wait to see it. Number 8, forward Daniel Beaupre, 23 points on the season, massive output over the last 3 games, 9 points in total. And then Brett Sweet, goaltender number 35, shutout over the weekend, and you guys are rocking and rolling, man. Undefeated season so far.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
guys.
having us.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to come back with segment number 3. Head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook. We're going to talk about that Chicago Classic coming up, and we're also going to talk about how you can get tickets to what's surely going to be a sold-out weekend, December 5th and 6th, as the coaches show for Drury Panthers hockey continues at Hold Fast Brewing right here. We are back with segment number 3 of the Drury University Panthers Hockey Coaches Show. Head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook, and I'm the public address announcer Kevin Kline. We are at Hold Fast Brewing. Guys, we have some big games coming up, and I can't wait. Yeah. We've got the Chicago Classic coming up in a couple of weeks. 21, 22, and 23 of November. We start off the first game with Arizona State, and they are 4-5 with an overtime loss and a shutout loss, but they play a good schedule.
Their overtime loss, by the way, was UNLV, just FYI.
The defending national champions.
Yeah.
Then the next night we play number 4, Jamestown, 10-6 with an overtime loss, but their schedule is even more tougher than Arizona State. And then we finish up with what is currently 13-1, the number one Ohio team, the Bobcats, I believe.
Yeah, and as we're recording this on Tuesday night, the 11th, the show hopefully will come out when you see this, the evening of the 12th. Hopefully by then the new ranking will come out, so we'll see if anything changed. I don't suspect Ohio will change, possibly, because they didn't have the best weekend they've ever had. They won, but we'll see how that works out. Niagara might jump them.
Well, they are now 13-1. They lost a game over the weekend, and I believe no, it wasn't Minot. Minot lost a game.
Minot lost to UMary.
Right, and I was going to ask, how does that help us? Because we beat UMary.
It should help. Yeah, it should help. I don't know how much it'll help. We'll find out. By the time this comes out, we'll find out how much it helps. But it'll be interesting to see how. Again, it's still so early. We have to keep telling ourselves that. We talked about it last time. It's still so early in the process. Yes, there's a lot of games played, but again, I think. And I didn't look again, as we talked about last time. I still think we've probably played close as far as ACHA games go, and Division I ACHA games, not playing against a Division III or II or whatever. I got to think we're still pretty high up in the number of games played. There's still plenty of teams that haven't played a ton. Yeah,
well, I just look at that right there: 4-5, 10-6, 13-1. I mean, 13-1 equals our 14, but there aren't a lot of people with 14 games.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, and we will post the rankings now as I'm going to put that up, but we'll see how it goes. Jeremy and I talked about it earlier today. I don't see us changing a whole lot. Definitely not going to go down. I wouldn't imagine. Probably stay at 9, potentially to 8. But who knows at this point? We're happy where we are right now. Yeah. It's only growth from here, and as you said, with the schedule we have at the Chicago Classic, the Capper Hockey, Joey, I know you're watching, Capper Hockey Chicago Classic, assuming we have a good showing there, it'll be interesting to see where we wind up.
So do we put too much emphasis on rankings at this part of the year?
Right now, for sure.
Yeah? Okay.
Right,
so because last year when we were at Nationals and we lost to Minot, I believe they were ranked 1, 2, or 3. We're going to play one.
I
think they were 1 at the time.
Yeah. We're going to play 1 and 4. Yep. Currently 1 and 4. Are we going to put pressure on ourselves looking at that number to the left?
So I don't think so. I think you have to. I mean, for us, we're an independent team. We're not in a conference. So there's something we got to be playing for. It's not like we have a conference standings. We're trying to win our conference. I think for us, we do need to pay attention to the standings, and it gives us something to strive for and continue to get better. At the end of the day, I know we're going to be a top 24 team at Nationals, so where we sit isn't necessarily the biggest issue one way or the other, but it gives us something to strive for and something to continue to build on.
And I think it's interesting to for those that aren't paying close attention to everything going on in the league, it'll sound weird to say as a 14-0 team going into this, but we really have nothing to lose. As a second-year team that's 14-0, going up against 2 top 5 teams, Arizona State's, by the time we get there, they should be top 25. I'm surprised they're not there now, honestly. I think they're at 27, something like that, 26, 27. I think they're a top 25 team. But by the time we get there, we're playing 2 top 5 teams. And as good as our season's been, there's not much pressure on us. We can just go out and play our game and let the chips fall where they may. And I suspect we'll have a good showing. What a good showing is up for anybody's debate. 3-0 is a phenomenal showing.
Absolutely.
Is it realistic? I don't know. I mean, Ohio's the real deal. Let's just put it that way. Jamestown is the real deal. Let's put it that way. Arizona State's nothing to sneeze at. So we'll see where we fall. But no matter what, it's an important weekend for us. And it is early enough to where the rankings don't mean a lot now. But at the same time, it'll be nice to come out of there saying, hey, guess what? Let's put it this way. Just from things I hear, and I'm one of the few that I know he doesn't, but I'll see comments on posts, whether it's from, people commenting on ACHA rankings pages or Hockey House podcast stuff, not ACHA or Hockey House themselves, but the comments on it. There's still a lot of people that don't really think we are the real deal.
Right.
Oh, you haven't played anybody. You haven't done this and that. Well, I mean, we pretty well handled Mary, and they just beat Minot. I mean, we can only play.
You can only play what's in front of you.
Well, and at the end of the day, they say, well, we made the schedule. Yes, we did, and we expected some of the teams on our schedule to be ranked higher than they are. We talked about it last time. I still think some of those teams probably should be ranked a little higher than they are, but it's so early, maybe they will be. But at this level, you still have to win the game.
You do.
And we're not giving up goals.
No.
We have the best goaltending in the country. Our defensive side of things is unreal. Yes, we talked about it. We could be scoring more. Saturday was a step in the right direction. So I think
we average 5 goals a game.
Yeah, but we're nowhere near where we should be.
I know, but that's impressive that we average 5 a game.
Yeah, so I think we can go into this tournament. I won't say relax because there's always going to be that tension and all that stuff, but we've got nothing to lose. Yeah. We can go in having a blast, but we are going into it. We talked about it last night, treating it as if it is the national tournament.
All right, that's a great way to treat it. Yep. I mean, these are the teams you're going to see.
These are the teams we're going to see. So we're going into it treating it like that. We're going to do, we're going to prepare the next, week and a half, 2 weeks as if we're going to the national tournament. And then we're going to have some time off after. So we can lay it all on the line, and then Thanksgiving hits, and we're going to have a break. So there's no reason not to lay it all out there for 3 nights and let it rip.
Well, it was great to hear Sweeter and Beaupre in the second segment there talking about how they're anxious to get on the ice and see where we stack up against those other teams. One thing is for certain, we are not going to go in there with deer in the headlight look, kind of like what we did with Minot last year. We're going in with the confidence that, hey, we hung with them last year. Now we get to hang with these guys.
Yeah, I think we know what to expect. We've seen top 5 teams before, and we're excited. We're ready to go. I know I am. It's having a weekend off is gonna suck this weekend, but just ready to get at it.
It's a good thing though. It does suck. We want to keep playing, but we are a little banged up, so we have that extra little bit of time. And every team we're playing is playing this weekend, so we'll have really, really recent footage to go by when we do video sessions, but it also allows our guys that are a little bit beat up to get healthy, and we're going to go in the next weekend should be 100% healthy.
Yep.
Hey, when the NHL playoffs come around, they always say a team can ride a hot goaltender. All right. We have the number 1 rated goaltender in the country in Joe Kuchaslo. Sweeter. Here, let me just go with the stats here, okay?
Right there.
All right. So Sweeter's number 21 in save percentage at .948. Kuchaslo is number 25 in save percentage, but he's first in the country in goaltenders with over 485 minutes.
I was going to say that
there's a lot of guys that have not played.
Yeah, you have to. There's a button you can click for qualified goalies and things like that that'll change those numbers because they're considerably higher on that list because there's guys that have played 1 or 2 games.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's a skewed stat, kind of like we said with the Northern Illinois playing their D3 team and guys getting 14 points in a weekend.
Yeah,
it's a skewed stat to a certain extent, but if you know how to read it, you'll see Joe's right at the top of the list. Sweeter's not far behind.
And Ohio, their 3 goaltenders are all in the top 20.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to be an outstanding weekend for great defensive play, for great goaltending. I can't wait. We're going up. I can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fun.
Now, can we buy tickets?
Tickets are available all by the time, it'll be the day, I think it's the day after this show will come out. So Thursday, there's a post going up about purchasing tickets.
Okay.
And, man, again, shout out Joey. You've done a phenomenal job with this over the years. The ticket pricing's so great. I mean, I think I told you earlier, it's $5 a game or $30 for the weekend. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That's nothing. Now, if you're not able to make it to Chicago or Romeoville, technically, the games will be on Flow Hockey. Flow Hockey, for those hockey people, generally know what Flow Hockey is at this point, especially if you play juniors. It is a pay site, so you'll have to get a subscription to watch the games on there. That information will go up next week, so I think I have it going up Tuesday of the week of the tournament to figure out how to get a subscription to Flow Hockey. But the ticket stuff will go up as you're watching this on Wednesday. Thursday, the ticket information will go up. Just click a link, purchase your tickets, and you're good to go. And I'm sure there's a way to get them just there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, but if you want to pre-order, that's available as well.
We go to Cookie's favorite segment now. This is viewer mail. This comes to us this week from John in Virginia.
Oh, see.
John in Virginia.
This must be directed towards Cookie then.
No, it's to both of you.
This is going to be an angry email because he's a little angry man.
No, not at all. Last week, future Hall of Fame inductee Alex Ovechkin became the first NHL player to ever score 900 goals in a career. Now, Blues goaltender Jordan Binnington was caught on camera putting the record-setting puck in his pants. When have both of you been caught red-handed?
I haven't. I was a very boring child, so I
definitely have many.
I was gonna say,
times. I don't know if any of them could be put on here though.
No, my stories would all be very boring. I just never did anything.
Really?
Oh, if John really wrote in, he's got some stories for when us three lived together.
We know John has stories, but it's all about you. John in Virginia is a former roommate of Lawsy and I's.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, John in Virginia and I coached together in New Mexico. Well, the three of us coached together in Texas, and then he and I coached together in New Mexico, and then so there's stories.
Well, and you also host your own podcast called All Angles, and you can hear some of those stories because I already have.
I was going to say, John and I, we host the All Angles podcast together on YouTube on his channel, John A. McCreary. This guy was a guest 2 months ago, kind of all running together at this point. So you can go see us talking to Lawsy. And some of those stories came up in that.
A few of them did.
Yeah. A few of them did.
Some of the stories, even before John and I knew Jeremy, came up in that. Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a fantastic episode.
Hang on, we're not done.
Oh, we're not.
Well, we want to make sure everybody understands what happens after Chicago.
I didn't know if we wanted to talk about that now or if we wanted to talk about that after Chicago.
Well, the reason I want to talk about it now is tickets are available.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, so we want to make sure everybody understands tickets are available for December 5th and December 6th as we take on our old team, the Missouri State Ice Bears, over at Brightspeed Ice Park. Yep. So we'll have the link available in the description below, or you can go to our social media, find the link to buy tickets to our individual games or individual tickets to our games.
You're going to want to get tickets early because it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out.
Sure. It's going to sell out. Parking's going to be a mess. Just be prepared. That weekend is going to be so much fun, but absolute chaos.
Yep.
So just be aware. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait. But obviously we have a big weekend before that. But I want to make sure everybody understands, especially Drury people. Get your tickets. We want a big Drury crowd. We know the Missouri State people are going to show up. They always do. So let's make sure we got our Drury crowd there, and it'll be the most fun weekend of the year. It'll be beyond the Chicago thing's fun for a different reason. That one's going to be fun for a whole other reason.
Well, I was thinking about it last night. It's less than 2 kilometers separate those campuses. Yeah. Less than a mile.
Okay. Wait a minute. Why? Just
2 kilometers.
Just because he's sitting here. He's not wearing anything Canada right now, which is shocking, by the way.
Right.
And you got to bring up kilometers.
Well, I know that we have a lot of Canadian parents watching, and I just wanted them to feel comfortable on the show, too.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah?
All right.
Hey, look, we're always having a great time with the Drury Hockey Panthers. And you know what? We thank you for watching. And John in Virginia, thank you so much for your question. If you want to get a question asked to the coaches, all you have to do is email me, kevkline07 at yahoo.com.
John, we're going to have words later.
Guys, congratulations on the 14-0 start. Congratulations on just everything that we've accomplished so far. But we're just getting started.
Absolutely.
See you in Chicago.
Thank you.
And we will see you on the next home game weekend, December 5th and 6th. As Coach Cook said, those tickets are available now, and you want to get them early. Thank you for joining us on the Drury University Hockey Coaches Show from Holdfast Brewing. I'm Kevin Kline, your public address announcer.
Screw you, John in Virginia.